Full name, date of birth?
Michael Villanueva, one.
All right, you're here because you failed to pay a fine in Alwa Free of Justice Court on a driving on a suspended or revoked license. This incident occurred in January of 2021. This arrest warrant was issued on March 21st of this year. This is your first arrest in this matter. So I'm going to release you on your own recognizance to appear, let me see in this, to appear in Alwa Free of Justice Court on July 29th at 8:30, okay?
Okay.
Make sure you show up, otherwise they're going to issue another warrant with a, this is a $660 bond, cash only, okay?
Okay.
You don't want to have to, make sure you carry $660 in cash on you all, everywhere you go if you don't show up.
All right, got it.
All right.
Thank you.
You bet. Brian Roblero, and then it'll be Jesus Ortiz. Full name, date of birth, please.
Brian Roblero.
All right. Are you still in custody? You're going to be, all right. I'm going to just affirm what they've previously done. You were charged by direct complaint by the County Attorney's Office of possession of narcotic drugs, Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6. This is alleged to have occurred on April 13th of last year. This warrant was issued on January 8th with a $5,000 bond. Your next court date in this matter will be in Superior Court, downtown Phoenix, on July 15th at 8:30. Then you have a direct complaint that's been filed against you by the County Attorney's Office, charging you with possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6. This is alleged to have occurred on September 29th of last year. It's almost a year ago. The warrant in this case had a $50 bond. The Public Defender's Office appointed to represent you. Next court date, July 15th at 8:30 in that matter also. Your order's right over there. All right, Jesus Ortiz, and then it will be, we already had Jennifer Feathers. It will be, Moses Moreno. Go ahead, full name, date of birth.
Jesus Ortiz, March.
All right, Mr. Ortiz. You were charged with, let me get this up here, possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony. A status conference was scheduled last September 30th. When you didn't show up, the judge issued a warrant for your arrest with a $100 bond. Your next court date now will be July 18th at 8:30 in that matter. Then you also have an arrest warrant from, let me get this up here. This would be from Surprise Municipal Court. It's alleged you didn't pay a fine that was assessed you there. This warrant was issued on April 3rd of last year with a $500 bond. Your next court in that matter will be in Surprise Municipal Court, July 16th at 1:30. Right? Your orders are right over there.
Thank you.
Let me see what number 13 was. Yes. Moses Moreno.
Good evening.
Full name, date of birth.
Moses Elia Moreno.
Right, you are here because a child support arrest warrant was issued for you. This warrant was issued on February 17th of 2022. I went through the whole docket on this case, and there was good reason. The reason that they issued it was when you didn't appear or make the purge payment or appear in court, on or about the date the arrest warrant was issued. They issued the arrest warrant had a $750 cash only, amount that has to be posted, before you're released. I'm going to keep that in place, and your next court date will be in a hearing. It's called a return hearing in Superior Court, downtown Phoenix, on July 12th at 10 a.m. If you do bond out, and you know all that money goes to pay child support, all right. If you do bond out, make sure you show up on that date. If you're employed, bring in proof that you are employed, so they can start taking child support out of your whatever it is. But there you go.
I have a question though, Your Honor. My daughter, she's already an adult.
Yes, but this child support accrued when she wasn't an adult. Okay.
Okay, I understand.
All right, and your wife her mother's the one that can enforce the order that was issued by a judge, probably in your dissolution action, to pay the child support. Okay, I mean, even if your daughter loves you and would be more than happy to forgive all the arrearage, that doesn't make any difference, all right? There you go. Right over there's your order. All right. Yeah, officer, we need the court emptied for the last two people who were here.
Sorry. There's still one more that is CP.
Yeah, you've got Humberto Borges.
It's Michael Kleinfelter.
Number 8.
Yeah.
Did I
He called
skip?
earlier, but then he called somebody else.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, Michael Kleinfelter. All right, thank you. Yeah, Mr. Kleinfelter, I know how we went past you. Go ahead, full name, date of birth.
It's Michael Austin Kleinfelter.
You were previously charged with possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, on May 24th. Status conference was scheduled. You didn't show up. They issued a warrant for your arrest with a $500 bond. Your next court date now will be in Superior Court, downtown Phoenix, July 18th at 8:30. If you bond out, make sure you show up on that date and time. Yes?
Actually, I came, I got the letter for the warrant, and I called my attorney's office. They told me I had a court date on the 20th, I believe the 25th of June or whatever. I came down here. I had I wasn't on the docket, and I tried to quash the warrant, but the attorney has to put a motion in to quash the warrant, because I was on a diversion for this charge.
Well, but the thing is, you were on a diversion program, but you probably didn't do what you were supposed to do, and so the county attorney's office is requesting that they could resume prosecution. Yeah, and that's what, motion to resume prosecution in order. That was on March 13th of this year. And then then there was they mailed to you a notice of that, a minute entry, and it probably got returned. I see there was a bunch of returned mail.
My father was out of town. He was in Costa Rica at the time.
All right. Well,
I didn't have the key for the mailbox. I would have been there.
I don't know what to tell you. You have an attorney though, right?
I don't.
You have an attorney, right?
Yeah, I can't. I've left messages.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, the thing is, and then I see here, when they issued the bench warrant, they mailed to you mail that was returned 2 times, on June 27th and on July 3rd. Let me tell you what it said. I'll tell you the address it was mailed to. It was 3040 South Tanina Street, Gilbert. All right. Now let's see if that's what. It was returned, and then let me see where the other one was mailed.
That's probably the letter saying that I had a court date, which I would have been at.
Yeah, I don't know. The thing is, what you have to do is maybe you never talked to your attorney, and they got tired of trying to get a hold of you. I don't know what else to tell you, but if you post the bond, make sure you show up on the date. All right? There you go.
I'm being punished for I'm never receiving the letter.
You're not being punished. You didn't show up, and what they do is they issue a warrant for the.
I didn't get the letter. I didn't get the summons to court. I came to court when I got the warrant.
But let me tell you, you had been in court. Hold on.
I would have been in court. I didn't get the letter saying that I had a court date.
Let me get this. You know, what you got. You know that if you're charged with a felony, that if you haven't heard anything for a month, you better start finding out either from the court system. Here, let me go all the way back down here. Yeah, they tried to summons you in before, affidavit of service that was probably no good, release, okay, then you came in September of last year, you were released, waiver of preliminary data, information acknowledgement, you were in the deferred program, and then when you didn't do what you're supposed to do, and I'll tell you, you want to know why they wanted to motion for suspension of deferred program. Oh man, that doesn't pop up on my screen like it should. Let me try to. I'm kind of curious to see. Invariably, you didn't show up like you're supposed to, or pay whatever you're supposed to pay when you. Here's the. Let's see if that minute entry I can pop up. If you just screw around with things, you've got certain. I know, but I will tell you that people that you wouldn't be here tonight. Your case probably would have been resolved by now if you just took care of business. Courts received the state's motion. Okay, ordered, but 2 years allow the defendant to participate. This is the ordering to suspend prosecution. Yeah, in order that you report to Sage Counseling within 3 days of today's date. And this is a minute entry from October 13th of last year. Now let me go in here and see. October 13th. And then, all right. Let's see.
I went down to Phoenix to try to resolve this, and they told me I had a warrant. So I tried to get a hold of my attorney. No calls back. Now I'm here because I was working and I got pulled over, and I trying to get OR.
So by March, the prosecutor's office thinks you didn't do what you're supposed to do. That motion was filed to resume prosecution. Gives notice the defendant has not fulfilled the conditions of the diversion program. State requests that the court vacate its order allowing him to go through that. When the defendant signed the consent for diversion, he agreed to keep his current address with the state and the court and the diversion provider. Last known address that is Tanina Street, and I guess they tried to send you things because you had not involved yourself like you're supposed to, and when they couldn't get in touch with you, that's what happens. I don't know what else to tell you. We fill this courtroom up sometimes with just people who are here solely because they just kind of blew it off.
I was trying to get things back on track. I don't have $500.
Well, why don't if your dad he can loan you $500 and he will pay it, won't he trust you to pay him back?
We just the car that I drive for my job, we just put money into that. And I didn't get these letters because he was in Costa Rica and he took his keys with him, and it never occurred to you, I got to take care of business. I came down to the Phoenix courthouse to take care of this. They said I had nothing on the docket. I called my attorney. He didn't return my calls. and I've just been waiting for him to call me back, and I haven't been able to reach him. And here I am today.
You know, if you should ask to talk to a supervisor.
I went to the attorney's office down at the courthouse, and he was not in or there, and I still haven't received anything. I promise you, I will be at this court date.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Hold on. I'm going to release you on supervised release. All right?
It's fine.
I'm going to release you on supervised release. That you need to contact pretrial services on your release order will be their phone number. Within a few days, call them and have a conversation with them. That's all they want you to do.
Thank you.
And then, hold on a second here. And your next court date will be on that order. To give us a moment here to print out another order, but it will be July 18th at 8:30, Superior Court, downtown Phoenix. You got to make sure you show up.
I will.
All right, and we'll give you the revised order. Go have a seat, and we'll give it to you in a few minutes.
Thank you.
Yeah, officer, can I take? Well, she'll have it ready for you in just about 2 seconds. She types like crazy, right? C-29. Let me get these. Which ones are 29? No, that's not it. It's 29. I released that guy. Full name, date of birth?
Humberto Marquez, 7.
Hold on 1 second. I want to get your Humberto Marquez?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right. You are here on a grand jury arrest warrant that was issued on May 10th of this year with a $50,000 bond.
How much?
50,000. And bond amounts, grand jury arrest warrants that exceed $10,000, we don't modify here. I'm trying to think of where. Can you tell me what number his case is on my
Number
doc?
13.
13.
It's all the way at the bottom.
Well, it's not all the way at the
Oh,
bottom.
you need to refresh your screen.
Where'd it go?
You need to refresh your screen.
Okay. All right. There we go. All right. There we go. Yes, we don't modify those. And so if you, and the order requires that you be on electronic monitoring if you are subsequently released and you have no contact with minors or any get on the internet. And your next court date will be, and I point to public, well, it says you're not indigent. I think you need to have an appointment attorney, don't you? But it's your first court appearance, you can request appointment of counsel. Because if you're going to be in custody, you don't have a job anymore, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, your next court date will be on July 12th at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. All right, there you go, your order right over there. We have one more. I guess they're all house calls.
We're still,
Number 3.
what,
Yeah. Mr. Ratliff, you, have a grand jury arrest warrant. It was issued on October 25th, 2022 with a $1,000 bond. You were released today from the DOC, correct?
Yes.
All right. I appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you, and I'm going to release you on your own recognizance to appear in Superior Court, downtown Phoenix, July 12th at 8:30. What you're charged with is failure to register as a sex offender. The date that it was alleged to have occurred was September 29th of 2022. I don't know, you're probably in custody then, I'm not sure. Anyway, you don't tell me, anyway, Public Defender's Office, talk to them, make sure you show up for your court dates, all right?
Okay,
There
thank
you
you.
go.